born and raised in Baltimore. Seeing a lot at an early age. Didn't grow up. Didn't grow up wealthy. I grew up middle class,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want to call it middle class.
Right.
Seen a lot. Seen a lot of drugs. Seen a lot of a lot of drug transactions. I was offered to do drugs, offered to sell it. Um, Seen a lot of poverty. Seeing like drug users on the corners. Every corner that you go at in Baltimore growing up, I saw a lot of that. Police sirens and ambulance. Go ahead.
Okay.
Grew up in the '90s, childhood in the '90s, and
Mhm.
at that time, right from wrong, and I witnessed a lot of stuff, as far as seeing, like I was saying earlier, um, drug transactions, seeing drug users every corner I go on, hearing sirens every day. This every day of my life growing up in Baltimore.
So you walking to school, I imagine you walk to school every day, correct? And
Yeah.
so doing
Yes. So the thing about it, see, I had strict parents, so my mom walked me to school every morning.
oh my God, God bless her.
Yes, yes, yes. She walked me to school every morning, and I got teased for that and everything. Everybody, like all my friends, like, oh, why your mom still walking you to school? You're a baby, But now, as you get older, you see why.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's that one moment, that 1 second that could change your life forever for the good or the
Like
bad,
that.
right? And
Yep. Yep.
and so wow, that's amazing. So what what was it like then? Did people approach you to sell drugs? Did people approach you to do drugs also?
Yes, both. So my friends, you know, back then, it was like marijuana, that type of drug.
Right.
Um, Friends offer that, like to sell it, to do it,
Mhm.
and also to sell cocaine and all that stuff. But back then, my mom instilled in me and my brother, molded us to like, okay, do not do this. Do
Right.
not go out there. And, she gave us the do's and don'ts at an early age.
Hmm.
So we were kind of prepped for that early in our lives, me and my brother. And it was like, okay, my mom told me don't do that. My mom told me say no to it. And that's what I did. So I was offered to sell it and offered to do it at the same time.
Right. Did she explain, like, I'm sure that there's a lot of other parents out there that also tell their kids, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's not okay. It's the wrong
Hmm.
path for you. Yet they choose to go down that road. Um, Unfortunately, even with strong parents that, were disciplined in the house and stuff like that, you do have that. What was it that inside of you said, I'm not going to do that? Whether it's the money, because a lot of times kids are attracted with the money. Like, okay, I can
True.
buy whatever I want. I don't have to be suffering. I can help my mom and my dad. And, and so I think that's a big attraction. What was it inside your heart that said, you know what? Even though I can have these things, I'm just not going to do it.
Um, a lot of like was users, and I witnessed that firsthand. And I know I didn't want it to go that route. And
Mhm.
also my mom, like I said, my mom just stayed on us.
Right.
And I know it's tough for the inner city kids. Well, any kid, because they want to be cool these days. They want to follow their friends' footsteps, and there's a lot of peer pressure. So it's just you have to have that strong will. And I was strong at will, like I was strong willed it back then, and I knew that that route that I didn't want to go in, and I didn't.
Right.
So it was like that will, like, no, John Ted, you want to play basketball, you can't do this. So that kind of like stayed with me and not let me give in.
And you make a good point there too, because as much as kids or there's peer pressure in seeing all of the bling and all of the good stuff about it, the money
Mm-hmm.
and everything, you're also seeing, you know, the people that are high, addicted to drugs, those that are being arrested, shot, or killed because of that.
Yes,
And so yeah, I mean, I guess that, you know, money and everything is great, but the consequence of the negative aspect of it is much stronger than it is um, for those that than than the positive aspect of it. Now,
absolutely.
did you have friends that said to you, "Hey, come on, you know, just do this just once. What's the big deal?" Did they respect you for making your choice and saying no, or did they just push and push and push?
So at first they were pushing, and when I told them I wanted to be a basketball player, professional basketball player, then they just understood what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And after that first time, that was it. It wasn't no more pushing. It was like Jonte want to play basketball, so you know let's keep him positive, let's keep him focused.
Mm-hmm.
So after that first time, it was just no more.
Right. That's wonderful. There was a respect
Hmm.
there for you in the fact that you had a dream.
Absolutely.
Now,
Mm.
what did you say to your friends that were in the middle of all of this?
I just said no. You know, it's just I was like, no, I'm an athlete. I
No,
said
but
I can't do that.
what advice did you give to your friends? Your friends
Oh,
that were there that you saw that they were selling or doing or in the middle
mm.
of the garbage, so to speak. Did you try and help them? Did you I
um, um,
depending. I mean, it's a
um,
very young age there, so
yeah, I was a young. I was about to say that.
mhm.
So when I was younger, I was just like, no. You know, I just said no. It's not for me. I want to play basketball, and that was it. But when I got older, then I started elaborating. I was like, no, brother. You know, I don't think you need to be doing that because it's only two ways out. You could die, or you know, you could go to jail.
Mhm.
So as I got older and I started getting familiar with everything, that's when I started to tell them in so many words, like, it's not for you. You
Right.
educated, you know, you need to be a lawyer, you need to be a basketball player, you need to be a football player. You know, you can do anything you put your mind to. Just don't start using drugs.
Mhm. Right. Absolutely. And so and you had um a struggle in front of you, not just,
Yes.
you know, growing up in the ghetto or in inner city, or but
Mhm.
also you had, you know, physically you were, you know, God only made you so tall. And
I
so
know, right? Yeah,
so
you're
not
right about that.
all of that, then you had the other situation. So tell
Mhm.
me about that, and tell me about every time that someone said to you, you're not going to be a basketball player, you're not going to be a basketball player, you're not going to be a basketball, like, I mean, that strength, that is huge inner strength for a child, for a teenager, for a child to continue to go and say, you know, and keep on coming up to that. You're not, and you're just, I am. So, what is that like?
It was tough. It was tough growing up. That's why it's very important for anybody to know who they are and what they're trying to do,
Hmm.
and just stay with it and have faith and strong mind, because you're gonna get tested just like I was. I was always tested by my peers, by family members telling me give up. Why you want to do that? Why you want to pursue basketball? Why you want to do this? Why you want to do that? You too small. You only 5'2". And so I always had that killer instinct, that will to like want to become a pro basketball player. Like
Hmm.
I received my first basketball at 6 years old.
Wow.
And from then, yes, from then, that time, I knew what I wanted to do. And I started playing organized basketball at 9 years old. And that's what, like, you know, team 5-on-5, the team, you got your team, they got their team, you
Yeah.
have two referees and all that good stuff. And that's when I started wanting to be a professional basketball player. And I didn't let anybody come between that. So after that, when I received my first basketball, it was just like, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do.
Oh my God.
And I even gave my basketball names.
And
I slept with it.
basketball's name?
So my first one was Susie. I
Susie.
don't know where that came from. Yes, I don't know where that came from. It was just,
It was
I
just
don't know. It was just a name.
first thing that came in. And your next
Yep. My next one was Michelle, I think. Michelle.
So they were like your ladies.
Yes, yes. And that what I'm trying to say is that was like my everything.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, I was focused at an early age.
Yeah. So you graduate high school. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
You're
Yes.
playing
No, no. Yeah. I did. Yeah. Yes. Graduated high school. Yes.
Yeah. You graduate high school. You were playing basketball in high school, right?
All 4 years. Yes.
Okay. And you finish high school, and then what?
So in high school, I wasn't recruited from colleges, so I had to write schools to come see me. And at the time, at the time I was about 4'11", my senior year of high school. And I got with my aunt. She was great with the words and stuff like that. So she wrote me out a mass letter so I could send out to schools
Right.
and having them come see me. So I even lied my height. So I said I was 5'5".
Okay.
So for schools to come see me, and I was only 4'11".
All right.
So
Well, from a
so
distance, they might not know.
I know, right? I know, right? So that didn't work. No schools came to see me, and was just like my teammates were recruited. They
Mm-hmm.
got scholarships. They walked on the schools, but I didn't.
How,
So I had to go ahead.
how did you feel in that moment?
I felt it. I felt depressed. I felt stressed. I was like, dang, like I know I have the talent, but why I'm not getting recruited? My grades was fair.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't like a A plus student. I was like a
Right.
B, B student. And
But they were good. So yeah.
yes. So it was like, okay, like why I'm not getting recruited? And then I kind of realized, okay, Jonte, you 4'11", but that shouldn't matter. I think your skill set should play a major role.
Mm-hmm.
Your personality and who you are as a person should like get you recruited, get you a scholarship. Education first, and then the rest rest behind it. And nobody came to see me. Nobody wanted to sign me for like a scholarship.
Wow. So what did you
So I had to walk on us. So I had to walk on a community college, CCBC Catonsville. He kind of like recruited me, but I didn't get no scholarship. It was just like financial aid and
Uh-huh.
Set me up with all that good stuff. And I played, did great, and then had to drop out. I don't like to use that word, but I had to drop out. Reality hit me early in my life, and I had to take care of my mother.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So they work a regular job, a legit job, not illegal. It was legal. So I had to work a regular, doing housekeeping work, take care of my mother.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't call that dropping out. I would definitely call
Yeah.
that probably, you know, uh, rising up in that sense.
Rising. Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Because really, yes, you had to leave school. However, you did it
Yes.
because you had to take responsibility. And so,
Absolutely.
and so your mom is okay now?
Well, she has MS still. She's had multiple sclerosis. To
Uh-huh.
everybody that's going to watch this podcast, if they don't know what MS is, it's like it target the nervous system.
Mhm.
So my mom whole body is numb. So when you come from outside when it's cold and your fingers be numb, your whole body be numb. That's how my mom's body feel every day.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
Horrible.
yes. So it's like I got to take care of my mom. You only get one. And I still feel that to this day. You know.
Now, so how did it go from then, I'm going to call it rising up and taking care of your mom to the Globetrotters?
Okay, so I had to talk with my mom. I said, "Mom," so I had to put basketball on hold when I was working all through my 20s. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing my age.
I won't tell you.
So all through my 20s, I work and doing janitorial work, and I had to talk with my mom. I said, "Mom, I still have the itch to play basketball. Like I want to play ball, but I know
A second.
if I."
So hold on a second. So at this point, through your entire 20s,
Mm,
whole 20s,
yeah,
you were just working day-to-day job and taking care of your mom.
yes, yep.
Wow. Okay.
Until I got like 20, 25. Well, 20. Well, legitimate 25.
Okay.
25. So I'll do my 20s until I got like mid 20s, 25. And I was working regular job. And
And
so I
in
talk.
your
Go
mind,
ahead.
I'm sorry, because this is so intriguing to me.
You
So were you
you okay?
were you thinking in your mind at that moment, like, oh, basketball's probably over, you know?
Yes, of course, of course. I was like that. Yes. And I had people tell me give up. Like don't even try to play basketball no more. Like just get a. You don't have no record, no jail record. You can get a. Yep. Yep. You'll get a job somewhere. So you don't worry about basketball.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like at that talk with my mom, I said, "Mom, I still want to play basketball." And she was like, "Jonte wouldn't do it. I'm gonna be fine." And that's when I started trying out different minor leagues. Um, and of course I didn't make it. My height played a major role. And never was told that my talent wasn't there.
Right.
My talent was always there. But I know my height played a major role into that. Because I'm only 5'2".
Right.
So I know my height played a major role.
Uh-huh.
So and I was about to give up basketball at one time. I was like 25 at this time, 26. And I gave basketball one more opportunity. And I emailed the Washington Generals, the Globetrotters opponents,
Mm-hmm.
emailed them, and they gave me opportunity. They said, "Well, Jonte, send me some film and you get a contract." And at the time, they didn't pay me much, but I was just happy just to be playing basketball
Oh
and
my.
getting paid for it. So it was like, oh wow, I even got emotional with that. Like, dang, I made it. Like, I got a official professional basketball contract. So of course I'm gonna share some tears. So it was like a breath of fresh air. So, and I made it. I made it. So it was just like, and then I did that for a year and a half, and then the Globetrotters loved me so much, and they gave me a tryout. And being going through my whole career, being told you too small or you too short, or this, that. So I'm in a history book that's been the first shortest
Mm-hmm.
Harlem Globetrotter in history.
Like, I truly believe that God used you as a vehicle to
Amen.
bring kids hope. I really truly
Amen.
believe that is your that's why you were created, and I just
Amen.
absolutely love it. Love it. You were with the Harlem Globetrotters. You traveled the world. What do you feel is the most important lesson that you learned while traveling and being a part of it? There may be more than one. However, what do you feel you took away from that? Because we know you have perseverance. We know you're
Mm-hmm.
motivated. Um, But what did you learn?
Granted, like don't give up. Like I feel like a lot of people give up before um before knowing who they are. I just think that when you start something, I think you should just finish it out, regardless if you have your ups and downs, and mainly downs, because you're gonna have mainly downs, whatever you want to do in life. And I think, you know, if you stick with it, the it's beautiful on the other side. If
Mhm.
you just hang in there and just go through your pit stops, meaning you have jobs that you don't want to be at. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people are not mentally focused, and they give up.
Mhm.
They think, oh wow, I'm not where I want to be at. So, oh man, so I just gotta just give up on my dreams. So I just gotta just do this. I mean, I used to clean bathrooms for a living, like janitorial work. Not
Yep.
nothing wrong with it. I took that in pride, because I knew where I wanted to be at. I knew at the time it was a pit stop.
Right.
And so a lot of our people think that that's the last resort. They think that's the last ending of their life. They're gonna be there for life, and it shouldn't stop there, because it's the other side. If you do what you got to do here, I think we all get tested by God.
Always.
If Always, so if God see that you persevering, and you doing great things where you at, where He got you at, then
Mhm.
He gonna get you where you supposed to be at. And
That's
I
right.
think that's what I think that's where I passed, because I feel like I took that, and I took that in pride.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm doing janitorial work, but I'm gonna take this in pride, and I'm gonna just thank God for it, and just keep focused.
Mhm.
And that's what got me to where I'm at today. To everybody that's listening, that's watching, we all go through pit stops. Don't let it define who you are as a character, or as you as a person. Don't give up on your dreams, no matter what. And I like to leave with this quote: as long as your heart stands tall, you're not so small. You're not so small to do anything. That's what the whole "not so small" stands for.